let's go ahead and officially start on the Real Deadwood podcast. I'm talking to David Lowery, who is the man behind Cracker, but your band before that was...
Camper Van Beethoven, and we actually played up in this neck of the woods. We played in Rapid City.
And that was back when?
86.
1886.
1986.
Okay, I'm sorry. So that's awesome. And so Cracker Van Beethoven, whatever.
Camper Van Beethoven. Van Beethoven was my band.
Okay. We'll just call it CVB, right?
That's what we call it.
There we go. We had the Drew Davis band here yesterday, the DDB, now we have the CVB. So what kind of music was that? Did you have a sort of a...
Well, we were sort of regarded as one of the originators of indie rock and alternative. Mm-hmm. It was very eclectic. It's still around, actually.
I was going to say, your albums are still out there.
That band's been around 23 years. This band's been around 17 years. So, yeah.
So you write pretty much most of the music and are the creative force, shall we say, behind this?
Yeah, for Cracker, with Johnny Hickman. I mean, there's a lot of arrangements, and I don't write his guitar licks. He writes those, and he's really good at it. And so, yeah, I'm the main writer in Cracker. In Camper, it's a little more collaborative. There's like 3 writers.
So you're actually keeping both of those afloat, and then you have to kind of divide your time? Or?
Well, Camper's a lot more part-time than Cracker's. Cracker's visited about 17 countries this year.
Oh, wow.
Or in the last year.
Wow. Big. So even though your big hit was from back in the late 90s, you guys are still carrying forth?
Yeah, we pretty much morphed into a cult band somewhere in the late 1990s, early 2000. And we actually had our best summer, like sort of how they measure. I don't know how they measure it, but like we had actually had our best summer this summer we've had in like 10 years.
Wow.
Like playing for the most people and stuff.
That's
like
neat.
That. Yeah.
So had you ever been to Deadwood before? Or?
I had never been to Deadwood.
I mean, you say you were in Rapid City, but I mean, a lot of people...
Our bus broke down and we spent a night in Sturgis once.
Oh, there you go.
Close, but not quite.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'll be with you, girl...
Like being low, hey, like being stoned.
Okay.
But we did have to tell the record company and sign an affidavit that it was Stone, S-T-O-N-E.
Like being stone. Oh, there we go. Like you were turned to stone in the Bible. Hey, it's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible,
for God's sake.
Just let us sing it.
That's
please.
right. Yeah.
And that was like 1992 when all of that occurred, but they just wanted to cover their butts.
There you go.
They knew we were lying.
Of course, they're not stupid. But yeah, once you write it down, and the suits can have something they can point to.
Well, no, just so I got it in Walmart.
There you go. So if I shot a little bit of you out here out the window, and it says no video allowed, is it okay if I put that on my podcast?
Well, we have no problem with people videotaping us.
Awesome. See, when I get it on video, you giving me permission, then that's a good thing.
Yes, we have no problem with that.
Awesome.
I think if you go to archive.org, where we've got the proper registration for anything.
Yeah, Creative Commons and all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So, what do you think of Deadwood?
I think it's a beautiful town, actually.
Yeah.
It's a
what do you think about this little venue and stuff? Like, we can put about 4,000 people out here before the police and the fire chiefs get crazy, and we never charge more than $30 a ticket for like the whole day for Saturday. So there's a fixed maximum amount of money that we could ever pull in, and then that's our budget to find out who's on tour and who's passing through and who can we get and who does the jam board vote for and all that kind of stuff. And
well, Cracker prides itself, along with Camper Van Beethoven, prides itself on playing places that are off the beaten track. They're usually stuck in...
Bringing culture to the natives.
Well, but you'd be surprised. By doing that, that's really the grassroots. You can't be a grassroots band and only play in New York, skip to Philly, skip to Washington. And our view is that, the Saturday nights, Friday nights and Saturday nights are for the big cities, and the Mondays and Tuesday nights we're going to go to some place that we wouldn't normally go to. This being a little different. We've actually sort of known, I don't know, it's sort of been on our radar for a while, this festival, and we sort of know about it and wanted to get here. And we were surprised last year when we got an offer to play, but unfortunately it was the same weekend as our festival. This year they're not on the same weekend, so we can do it.
And you're based in?
Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. Richmond is a beautiful place. Yeah, Richmond Spiders, go Spiders.
Yes.
And so you have a studio there?
Yeah, we have a studio. It's actually going to have its grand reopening October 5th because we had a little. We didn't have a fire, but the building next door burned completely.
That's scary.
And the water damage ruined our building. But October 5th, I guess we have our grand reopening.
Wow, neat.
It's cool. Yeah.
And did insurance hopefully pay for a good bit of that?
Or? Most of it. I do have advice for people if you ever have a fire, always get an insurance lawyer. We were fortunate that our insurance company was also the insurance company for the building next door, and it was arson. And every time they tried to weasel something with us, we just remind them that we were the witnesses.
There you go.
in their case that they were trying to build.
If you could be lucky that there was a fire, you guys were lucky in that it was proven arson, huh?
Yeah, well, and also too, we're their witnesses in their suit that they have against the.
You saw a guy throw a match someplace, or
we
you
just
heard
saw
somebody
people,
talking about?
My partner saw people go in and out of the building. And saw the.
And they nailed him for it.
I guess so.
Wow, that's crazy.
The wheels of justice are pretty slow.
There you go. So now, with the Dave Matthews Band being in Charlottesville, that close, do you guys ever run across each other or? Cross paths at all?
We sort of shared sort of the same management for a while, and a long time ago, Dave Matthews Band took us out on tour and stuff. Wow. But no, don't really run into those guys very much anymore, especially since I guess Dave lives in Seattle now.
So is that right?
I never really seen him around.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's neat. So, your studio is a going business, and other local bands in the region come there and record their stuff?
Local, regional, national, international. I think our studio last year had 3 top 10 hits in the Benelux countries.
Wow!
For some reason, all of these kind of big alternative rock, Dutch and Flemish bands were coming to record at our place, and it was fun. And you had Hackensaw Boys last year, and actually one of their records was top 10 in Belgium.
That's awesome. So how long have you, what did you go to school for? Were you always wanting to do this? Dude, I have a math degree too, from the University of Florida, from Gainesville.
Yeah, we either end up being musicians or living in a cabin in the woods.
Well, and how much math is there in music? Totally. The whole thing is mathematical, you know? You try to explain that to somebody, and they're like, no, math's for eggheads. Yeah, it is. Where'd you go to school?
UC Santa Cruz.
Are you from there originally, or?
No, I just ended up going to school there. A lot of my friends went there.
So you're from Virginia originally then, or?
No, my father was in the Air Force, so we lived all over.
First breath,
yeah.
Overseas? Or?
Yeah, Spain, England.
Do you remember it, or was it?
Oh yeah, I didn't come to. I mean, I was really little when we lived in the States, but I didn't really come back to the States until I was like 11 or something like that.
So what was your first big break when you realized, you know what, I can make money at this and I can do this for a living? There's always the big story about, well, they were playing the high school hop and some agents happened to come through and would jump in the big cigar and offer you the deal and all that kind of stuff, and other people just many different venues to get there.
I think our big break is sort of actually backwards from that. We were just sort of popular in a couple of cities in California, and we hooked up with a very small record label and basically sort of did a joint kind of venture with the guy. And put out this record, and we said, hey, you know what, we got to send it to these college radio stations, because that's what, nobody's sending records to college radio stations now. So. Yeah. So we said this is 1985, June or July. It took about 6 months, and it really kind of took off.
What was the name of
college radio? It was called Telephone Freelance Like Victory. That was Can't Prevent Beethoven. And then about that same time, too, also, John Peel started playing Take the Skinheads Bowling by Camper Van Beethoven on the BBC.
Take the Skinheads Bowling by Camper Van Beethoven.
And that's
who could forget that?
Yes.
Is that on iTunes, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, hear that, people? Check it out.
If you ever saw Bowling for Columbine, it's the theme song to Bowling for Columbine.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it got on BBC 2, which is kind of on the radio there. And we suddenly had this hit in England.
Neat.
And then we sort of got snapped up by Rough Trade, which is a big independent, and that was it for us.
And that's it?
Yeah.
The rest, as they say...
Made that record for $450.
Wow. That's neat. Yeah, it's crazy.
The whole album, not the one song, the whole album.
Wow.
So.
Well, that's interesting. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you go. I thank you very much for being with me here, and
appreciate it.
Best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was a good interview. I actually learned some stuff.